Okay, we're going to put together a little Jujitsu video for the United States Judo Association. These techniques will be based on leverage, not so much pressure point or striking into submission. It's going to be leverage-based Jujitsu techniques. So we'll start with a wrist grab. Okay, so we're going to show the same side wrist grab, how to get out of this. We open our hand, come up. From here, I have a wrist lock from here. I'm just going to bring it straight down. So, watching or demonstrating more real time here and other side will look very much similar. Up, grip. Now I'm going to rotate this straight down. Real speed. Okay. A cross wrist grab. Someone grips me from here. I can use a distraction technique. We can add that to this. Distract. Okay. Come up and straight. So we're going to add a little to it. From here, distract. Come up and apply pressure. This is locked in. He can't do anything from here without injuring his wrist. Okay. We'll do a double grip from the back. From here, if I put my hands down to the side, bring them up, and step under, I now have a lock from here. Push. Okay, lock this in. Okay, applying leverage right here. I can increase my control by bending his wrist in. Okay, if I want to continue controlling from this point, if I want to handcuff or somehow detain if I'm in security or police work, I can ease up on the pressure but not lose control. And then you want to come this way over here. From here, this comes up, maintaining control. Keep my knees close. This cuts into the elbow. I can bring pressure right here while I still have this arm free. Let me see your other arm. And if I had to, I could cuff these arms. Okay, so one more time at real speed. Okay, well, we're starting from here. Come in. Okay, down. Okay, spread this arm. Apply pressure. Gain my composure from here. Other arm, sir. Bring this in. And I always have this lock right here. So I can maintain control through leverage right here. All right. If he goes to grab up here, there's a few things I can do. What I'll do from this position is I can use a judo style throw. Okay, I can come in. Okay, apply pressure. So now I control his body. And I have an arm lock right here, which I'll apply. One more time. More realistic speed. He grabs. Okay, apply pressure. Okay. Traditional headlocks are something that happens in fights. From here, I have to make sure I don't get punched in the face. Very common. So the first thing I want to do is tuck my head. When he goes to punch, I block, the arm between us comes over, I push up, controlling right here, down, control, I have this arm, yet again, I can apply pressure, and put this in. Okay, some ground defense, if he ends up picking me up, takes me to the ground in a fight, okay, from here, got to make sure I'm blocking my head. Come in. I need space closed to keep from being struck. So from here, this is step one. Now I want to turn him over. So I'm going to drop this leg, put this leg up, and I'm going to simply push. Now I can use a judo style pin to keep myself safe until I can get control of the situation. maybe pull out my phone, call 911, direct someone to do so. Okay, if I have to, I can proceed with further techniques if things are getting out of control. Okay, good. Not that defending against a baton or sword or club is something that's super common, but Jiu-Jitsu people can do so. Down here, when we teach defense against a club or something that's being swung at you, there's two things we want to make sure we do. One is you stay out of the distance as best you can while things are happening. The danger zone is right here. The closer I get to the end of this weapon, whether it's a club or sword, the more dangerous this is. So I want to stay out of this, number one, if I can. If I can't, because my back is against the wall, and I can't back up anymore, I have to come in before he can swing. Or maybe after he swings. Swing here, now come in. So you gotta wait until you have a chance to come in and you jam this up. It takes a little bit of practice. Okay, he swings, come in. Use whatever judo style throw you would like. From here, I can take this leg, okay, never letting him unwind, go right into my control. Okay. If it's an overhand strike and he's trying to strike me in the head, from here I'm going to stop the wrist when I come to jam him up. And from here, a few things I can do. I can, from here, throw. Or if I don't hip throw, I can control the wrist, okay, into a wrist lock. Drop it. And I can control right from here. Okay? In today's day, we have a lot of people that watch a lot of UFC. Mixed martial arts fighting is very popular. So I think Jiu-Jitsu people of today, when they want to use their techniques for self-defense, they have to be ready for kicks and punches. So from here, if I think a fight's gonna happen, my hands come up in Jiu-Jitsu, right? If I get a kick, okay, we jam it up to the best of our ability, and now we control. From here, I can put a choke in, okay? Okay, other things we could do, he kicks, okay, come in. All right, from here, I can reach over, okay, get control, climb over. Now I have a pin. Well, let's return to a few more wrist grabs. We have a double wrist grab here, one of the easiest things we can do. Pull his arms from him a little, use my whole body to do it. Again, focus on leverage. Bring this hand up. Now I have a wrist lock right here. Okay, other side will do the same thing. My hands come up, I'm pulling him toward me, stretching him out. This hand comes up, rotates in. Okay, slightly more advanced version. Okay, from here, I come up. Okay, from here, and I could throw. Okay. Continuing with the wrist locks from here. Okay, come up, down. Okay, we started with this. I can now continue by pushing him straight over. Okay, into a lock. Or if for some reason there's no room, let's say I'm up against this wall. A lot of times we're doing Jiu-Jitsu in confined areas. Okay, he grabs. Okay, come up. Can't really do much from here. I do have control of the wall. If I don't want to be in this area, I can go behind them here. Okay, and I have control. Okay, we'll do a few bear hug escapes, common things that happen. Okay, so if I'm here, I might have my arms up. Okay, I have to know how to get out of this. A few different things we can do. One of the easiest with the judo background, this is very judo-based jujitsu. I'm simply going to grab, put this out, and turn and out, get my control. Further control, I can push this down and over. If I want to apply pressure, simply push my leg down. I may not have the ability to use my hands. My hands might get pinned to my sides. Very common. From here, again, we're going to focus on leverage. I'm going to put my hands together as much as I can, right here, and drop. This gives me a little more room. Immediately come up. From here, down, and over. Immediately gain control of your position. Okay. If I'm on the ground, and he has me in a position, the ground and pound, so he crosses, and I'm here, very common. Okay, the first thing I have to do is protect my head before I can do anything else. Okay, now we're gonna grab something, whatever we can. Okay, next, grab both sides, arm and leg. Grab his leg with my leg, grab his arm with my arm. Now my other side is just gonna push him in this direction, okay? So I'm gonna lift my backside, push over from here. As soon as I get here, I'm gonna grab material, gi or a t-shirt, whatever it is, and I'm gonna push. From right here, I could put the choke in, submit him right here. Or I can just apply enough pressure to cross over and maintain control. Okay? Not that we don't use strikes, but we try not to focus on striking all the way into submission. We don't want to focus on throwing someone to the ground and just winning by this. Not that that's not effective at times, but a lot of times that is dependent on me being stronger, faster, more skilled. It could hurt my hands. If I'm a police officer, I could break my bones, not be able to get my pistol or radio. So we try not to punch into submission. And that's not using our leverage-based techniques either. So a demonstration of using a strike in jujitsu, leverage-based jujitsu, would be if he, let's say he attempts to strike me. Okay, from here I might just off balance, strike, strike. Now I have a second to come in and do whatever I'm going to do. Okay, in this case, I get put choke in using his arm and mine. Okay, again, if he grabs my wrist, okay, from here, I can now use this, maybe to knock the wind out of him a little bit. Now, if you're not as skilled and you can't reach, you can use a lower kick, just the same, right to the shin. Okay, so he grabs, kicks right to the shin. Now I have a good second or two. That was my distraction to then put in whatever I'm going to do. Okay, always here. Good. Okay, someone's grabbing my jacket. Okay, a lot of times this is a common self-defense scenario. A grab of the shirt or jacket followed by multiple punches. Okay, so what do we do in this situation? He grabs, as he's punching, we block. From here, we're just going to simply step in and take that over. Okay, and again, why reinvent the wheel? Why not use what's already working? Okay, and we stay on our feet. Okay, we've talked about different ways of controlling people. One of the things we can do if we're gripping on the same side, just for control. Now, this is where jujitsu is used to control more than defend. This is something police, security, different professions might need this, where they might be dealing with someone who's a victim of mental illness, okay, and I need to control this person. I don't want to hurt them, but I need leverage to help do that. So some leverage-based controls from here. Aikido calls it the third control. I'm just going to grip right here. Okay, grip the fingers. Now when I step in, I'm going to stab this through. Okay, now I have some control right here. If he starts moving around, I can step on this foot right here, and I have a lot of control. From here, if I want to bring this person down to the ground for better control, to allow the ground to help me, I simply raise this, come down, okay, and I'm applying pressure the whole time. Okay? Now I have total control using leverage. Again, if we use pain compliance, I can demonstrate in a second how that would fail me in certain circumstances. We'll do that now. One of the most effective techniques, if you look at small circle jujitsu, they use finger locks. So if he reaches in toward me, I can grab some of the fingers and I apply pressure in a circular manner. Okay, from here, I apply pressure, not pushing toward him, but I'm trying to apply pressure by pushing his fingernails toward where his wristwatch would be, and then in a circle. So I'm not pushing this way, I'm pushing this way. Okay? If I use many fingers, I can apply pressure to the wrist, and this then becomes a leverage-based technique. Okay? From here, down, all the way down. Now this is simply leverage, he can't get up. It may be painful, but this isn't primarily a pain-based technique. The fewer the fingers I grab, the more it goes to pain compliance. So from here, if I grab just one finger, it will be painful, it will work, but it's very much pain related. There's a little bit of leverage here, but if he's willing to take a broken finger, which many people are if they're drinking or on drugs or other things, some people just don't feel pain. So this, although it does work, the more you have leverage, the more effective I think it is, and the less chance for injury for this person, because it leaves the pain compliance and becomes more leverage based. So I want to grab as many fingers as I can. I want a big person, it might only be 2 fingers. Someone my size, it might be 3, or someone slightly smaller, it might be 4. But I can now apply pressure. If I want to stay standing, I can keep it right here. If I want to bring this to the ground, I simply step back and apply pressure. Down. Okay, and I have total control from here. Leverage based. Okay, so you can do that either side. Okay, I can do a cross grab here. Okay, if I want further control, I can simply bring this in and just hold it. Okay, now I can look around, make sure no one else is coming up that's his friend or anything that's going to do me harm. From here, I can transition to another technique if I want, relatively easily. Okay, good. Let's take a break for just a second. Okay, welcome back. We're going to continue our United States Judo Association Jujitsu, which, let's not forget, this is leverage-based, the way I teach it. But USJA, they want 3 things in their jujitsu, which I very much support. Legally defensible, a simple technique, not overly complicated, and anyone with any strength level should be able to do these. So let's continue now with something I see as a newer variable in jujitsu-based self-defense. When I started teaching in the 90s, not many people had guns. Now there's a lot of concealed pistol licenses, CCWs, whatever they're called. A lot of police are using jujitsu. So the bottom line is there's guns involved. We have this to think about when we do our techniques. So we'll review a little bit of this right now. For police or security, someone that's got an open gun that's in a holster, and this is supposed to simulate a holster, things to think about. From here, if I'm a police or security person, someone's allowed to have a gun, they're patrolling their uniform, it's a visible gun, this person can see it. Let's say they grab for it. If he gets this gun before I can stop him, the thing I'm gonna want to do that doesn't require a lot of strength, I'm gonna want to get under the holster here. You have to imagine this gun's in a holster. So I'm getting under my holster and I'm going to push up. So now the handle of the gun is up against my ribs. There's no room for the gun to come out. And I'm close to my body with my arm, so I don't need a lot of strength. He's using more strength right here to get this out. Okay? So I'm gonna extend him a little bit. So from here, I'm gonna start striking with distraction techniques. Okay, this is where if I'm a kicker, I can use that. Strike, strike. Come in, strike, strike. Until he lets go. As soon as he lets go, I can let this go. My gun is still in its holster. I can then come in, throw, and take care of whatever I'm gonna do from right here. Okay? Go back to our arm lock. Can bring this down into wrist lock. Okay, whatever we're gonna do. Okay, let's do a few more variations. Now, let's say I'm a security officer, a uniformed police officer. I'm in that spot. And I'm aware someone might go for my gun. So a slightly different situation. From here, he cross grabs over. Okay, I can intercept this arm. Now I want to put this arm in an arm lock. I'm going to use this arm like a ramp to help push up and put this lock in. Okay, again, slightly more realistic speed. He grabs, I take this arm, I shoot it straight over. From here, bring this right onto my shoulder. Good. From here, if I want to continue, I can put this over my head. Now I have a wrist lock. Simply bring it down. Okay, don't let this go. Now I have control. Control the head. Okay, we have a wrist lock right here. I have total control. I now have a free arm. Okay, use my leg to back this up. So if I have my police radio or a phone, whatever I need to do. Look around, make sure I'm safe. Watch this hand to make sure he's not going for a weapon. If he is, you might have to secure that. Okay? So one more time. Cross grab to get a gun. Okay, I intercept. This arm comes under. I come up. Put it right on my shoulder. So I'm locking this up. Okay, come over. Bring this down. Now, if we're going to do a same side grab right here, so he's not doing a cross grab, he reaches over. Same thing from here. Because I don't have access to the same area on a cross, I'm simply going to start using my body. Okay, now you bring it straight up to right here. So I also have a wrist lock and an arm lock right here. If I want to go over my head, I can. Start twisting. I end up in that same spot. Okay? So one more time at a slightly more realistic speed. He comes in, I intercept, come in. I have this wrist lock as well. One last thing for police, security, people that have their gun out. Let's say I have someone at gunpoint here. I'm trying to get more help. While I'm here, someone comes in. Remember, police, security, in a difficult situation, they're going to start tunnel visioning in on this. They may not see this. Next thing they know, someone grabs their gun. From here, I want to go right into a reactive throw. From here, step over. Okay? Just throw. Rip. Take control. Okay? Look around, make sure no one else is coming in. Okay. One more time. We'll do it from another side. From over here. So I have someone at gunpoint here. Someone I can't see comes in, grabs my gun. Don't hesitate from here. Just come in. Okay. Maintain control. Maintain control. Okay. Very good. Okay. That's pretty much it for this session. Again, let's review real quick. For USJA, United States Judo Association, Jiu-Jitsu, we want things legally defensible, number one. Don't want to require a lot of strength. Number two, and you don't want it overly complex. Hopefully the things that we've shown, they do take training, but hopefully it's something that can be learned easily and maintained with the least amount of muscle memory training. Seek good guidance from an instructor and train hard. Thank you.